Well guys, we're detecting at this home in a nearby town. It was built in 1875 and we've gone along and we've had a little luck here so far. Had some of the home's kids were out and so we didn't film much of what we've done so far, but I've got a smooth merc and I got a spill of two Indians. One's in 1881 and the other one I don't know yet the date. And Dave's got a couple wheats, and he just recently found a very smooth barber that we think is an 1898. We'll have to get cleaned up later when we get home. But I was just getting just a solid dead-on nickel signal at 3 to 4 inches deep, and I don't know if I can see this very well or not. Whether it's going to come in and I got a total lot of glare on my screen, but that's a shield nickel. My first shield nickel. And it's got the stars on the other side. I don't know if you'll be able to tell that or not, but we'll try to do our best to gently clean it when we get home. Thanks for watching, everybody. Well, we'll see how the tailgate wrap-up goes here. I got a lot of glare on the screen, so we'll see whether or not I can decipher everything here, but the blue line kind of separates David's and my finds. David's on the right, I'm on the left. On David's finds, he got a pocket, not a pocket watch, a pocket knife, bunch of clad, and a U.S. mail button of some sort. He got a 1940 something Jefferson, 1892 maybe, barber dime. We'll have to check and see what that is when it gets cleaned up. And 2 Indian head pennies. And then 9 wheats, and all 9 wheats, the barber and the 2 Indians came out of that 1875 house. Well, so did the old Jefferson. So all that old stuff came out of that one home's yard. I got a pile of clad as well. Up here to the bottom left of the screen, I got 5 wheats, 2 from the first yard that we did today, and then 3 from that 1875 house. In the bottom center, I got a relatively smooth merc dime, and I got 4 Indian head pennies in total, 2 of them out of the same hole. And then at the top is the shield nickel that I have to get cleaned up and see what that all is. So between the 2 of us, I think, what was that? 9 and 5, 14 wheat pennies, 6 Indian heads, barber, a merc, and a shield. So not bad. Alright, we'll talk to you later. Hello there, everybody. Here's a Google map picture from a county website that we used to do a little research on to try to find out the age of some of the homes where we were doing this, asking for permission in a neighboring town. I don't know if you can see some of the numbers I wrote on the page on the street numbers. 1875 here, 1880 across the street, 1880 over there, and 1900 over here. Those 4 houses on the corner, you know, dating that age, we thought we would try this area. We actually detected not this house, I don't know if it's this one or this one. This is where we started, and we only got a couple of Wheaties out of that yard. Then we moved down and got permission at this 1875 house. Large home, large corner lot. We only did really from the sidewalk to the corner and over to this side. We didn't detect in their backyard really at all. But we had a good time while we were doing it, and got some goodies. First of all, I'll go to Dave's finds. That's this big pile of clad, and at a previous hunt we forgot to take film of this. It's a Cub Scout or Boy Scout bookmark. See if it'll focus in. It says Cub Scouts BSA. It looks like it's made out of brass. That's kind of cool. Bookmark, page marker. You can see that's got a little gap in between for it to cover over the page there. He got a cool shotgun head stamp from Gamble's company, and a U.S. mail button or pin of some sort. That was kind of cool. And at the 1875 home, Dave got 9 wheat pennies, 1 40s Jefferson, and 2 Indian head pennies. One was an 1889, and then the other one is a 1901. Hopefully that comes in pretty clear for you. So those turned out pretty nice. And then he got the oldest silver coin, an 1893 barber that's just smooth. You know, touch it, it just feels like a new car that's got, you know, the turtle wax all over. It's just it would beat up and everything. It's just super smooth. You can barely read part of dime on the back. You can't even see the ONE on the one. No way to tell whether that had a mint mark or not. And it's just wafer thin. I mean, just take a look at how thin that is. That's just amazingly thin. Anyway, he was happy to have that. And then for my pile, I also got a pile of clad. I got 1 foreign coin. It's a 1 Ire from Ireland from 1974. And this item, which I initially thought was a quarter, a clad quarter that had gotten run over at a railroad tracks, but it's super thin, and it's the texture and color of probably what was a smashed wheat penny at one time. It's super thin, actually has gotten rolled out to be larger than the size of a quarter, but there's absolutely no detail left on it at all. It's like totally smooth on both sides. So I'm not sure if that was a wheat penny or what, but anyway, then I ended up with a total of 5 wheat cents, 2 from the first yard and 3 from that 1875 home, the oldest of which is a 1921, and I ended up with 4 Indians on that yard, an 1884 on the far left here, and then 2 1891s in the same hole. That was cool, my first ever Indian head spill, and then one last one at 1907. So 4 Indians for me. I also ended up with 1 silver, a 1920 plain, pretty slick merc, but happy to have an early merc. And then I got my shield nickel, which it's in pretty rough shape. We did try to clean it afterwards, after not being able to see any date. It was pretty rough and is still rough. I might try to work more at it, but we were able to finally see a date on it. I'm sure it's not going to come in with this camera, but it was 1867, so pretty cool that it was as old as it was, and it's slightly older than the date of the house itself. And then the next day, Sunday, we went back to another permission, another house 3 doors down, house built I think in 1912, and you know, 2 hours or so into it, the only thing we found of any significance was this 1942 P war nickel. So anyway, we'll hope to go back. There's plenty of houses in this area that are dated between about 1875 to 1915, early 1920s. So hopefully we'll get some more permissions and have some more continued luck. I hope you guys are all having luck out there as well. Have a good day.